Hiya, my name's Paolo Bennett. I work under the title of Yogi Paolo. I've been practicing spiritual techniques and study for 50 years this year, 2019. And I'm going to talk to you today about a path to enlightenment that actually works. The organisation, it has an organisation obviously to teach people around the world, and you have to have some kind of structure. It's called Lightwave. Lightwave has existed since 2015, and it starts, if people are interested in spiritual awakening or enlightenment, which I prefer to call it, with receiving a mantra, a special mantra. It's a word that you use in meditation. You focus on it and repeat it, and it uplifts your energy, your spiritual energy. You feel that very noticeably when people start meditating. They feel the difference, not just in the meditation but also in their daily lives. They see an improvement in the sense of well-being and the fact that they feel happier and able to get on better with people and find life generally easier than they have done. The mind isn't so busy, that's the main thing. A lot of our problems stem from our thinking minds. Too much thought, not the fact that we think, but we tend to think, generally it's a lot of nonsense that we think. I don't like this, I don't like that, etc., etc. You have a mind, so you know what it's like. And so the mantra is a first step to following this path, where you start to just spend half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. You can split it up in the day, a bit in the morning, some in the evening. Start to notice the changes. They come from within out. They're not, nobody tells you anything. You just practice and see what happens. After you've been meditating for a little while, you can ask for initiation. Initiation is a very, very special event where through touch to the area of the head, you see within yourself, for some people, is a bright, radiant light. It can be for some people like a Star Trek experience. It's very powerful. The light is usually white coloured, but it can be different colours as well. But generally it's white, and to varying degrees people see this when they're initiated. And you also, when you're initiated, hear the divine sound. If we look through scriptures, it's called the Word of God in the Bible, in the Old Testament, the Word of God. And you've also, it's in the Indian scriptures, it's called the Om vibration if you read it in the Vedas or the Upanishads. And you can hear that inside as well as a vibration. So from that point on, instead of meditating on the mantra, you meditate on the light, the inner light that you now see, and you hear and you meditate on the inner sound within. And these take you into much higher states of consciousness than you normally would be able to with regular meditation techniques. They work, but they only take you to a certain point. These are basically, the more you meditate, the higher you get, the more elevated your consciousness becomes. And after you've been meditating for a period of time, you move into the next stage, which is second initiation. Second initiation is when you have a particular realization as a result of meditating, where you realize that you're not your mind, you realize you're something much bigger, and you realize, as I say, that you're not your mind. It's quite a powerful realization. I remember when it happened to me, and I was just meditating, and I was just going deeper and deeper into my meditation, and everything became quiet, very, very, very quiet. And I realized I was the thing which is aware, not the thing, not what I was meditating on or what I was seeing. I was actually the thing behind everything, behind what I was seeing inside, seeing outside, behind my mind. There's this sense of presence there, and I realized the mind is not what I actually essentially am. I have a mind, but it's not my essence. It's like something I work through in this world to function normally, to get about, to do chores and eat breakfast and keep myself alive. And after you've been meditating for a bit longer, then you have the last stage, which is full enlightenment, full permanent spiritual enlightenment. This is the goal of sages, yogis, in many different traditions, East and West, monks and friars, all who meditated. The early Gnostics, Christian Gnostics, used to go into caves and meditate. That was their path to salvation. That was their aim, was to meditate until they had the realization of God. So that can be had. In terms of numbers, there are 7,500 people at this time that have attained, that are on the path, and there are 400 people who have attained full permanent spiritual enlightenment. When you get enlightened, it depends on the individual. It depends on how much meditation you do. It depends on your attitude, how open you are. The more open you are, the more likely you're able to actually kind of go into the light and have the enlightened state uncovered. And this path is different than other paths completely, in the sense that it has no guru, has no teachings, and it has no fees. And we don't need a guru, and as we are guided by what are called the Lords of Light, or another name is Ascended Masters. These are very high beings that live on very high planes of consciousness, technically called the causal plane, right at the very top, and non-physical level we're talking about. And they are reaching out to help us all the time. They want people to become enlightened, to become aware of God within themselves, the divine. But we have to reach up. That's what you meditate for. We don't just meditate just to calm down. You meditate to reach up as much as you can by opening, surrendering through the meditation you practice. And then the beings, the Ascended Masters, can reach down. They're like angels, angelic beings, however you wish to look at them, will then pull you up towards a higher state of consciousness. So that's, in a very simple way, the path outlined. You don't have to change your lifestyle, you don't have to change your belief systems. All you have to do is be open, receive the initiation and practice. You don't have to believe in anything. There's no philosophy, there's no psychology, you don't have to do any yoga, and you don't have to change what you eat, you don't have to be vegetarian, and you can live the lifestyle that you're quite happy with. The important thing is that you practice meditation daily, and the meditation, the effect in a way is organic, because instead of being told things like you should do this and you should do that and don't do this and don't do that, which is not uncommon in committed spiritual paths, this you're told you don't do anything, you meditate, and the energy will come through you, you'll feel it, it's very noticeable. And as it starts to come through and starts to manifest itself, you start to act in a way which feels appropriate for you. And things will change probably. The things you were doing before, you'll think, I don't need to do this anymore. And what I want to do is this instead. So that's it in a nutshell. I highly recommend it. It was a great event last year in which we initiated 20 people, and they had great experiences. At the moment I'm in Malta, in my front room, and I have classes here every week. We have a meditation group, we all meditate together. There's also ones in other parts of in England, in the UK, in the north and in the south of England, and you can find out about these if you wish to. If you want to contact me, you can Facebook me, Yogi Paulo Meditation on Facebook. So you can Facebook me if you want to ask any questions or you're interested. I am a teacher. I initiate people into the light and sound now. I've been given the permission to do it, which I do very conscientiously to help people, and I've initiated several people. The other things I would suggest is you check out the two websites. One is www.lightandsoundmeditation.com. The second one is called www.spiritualhierarchy.com, and on that you'll find all the information regarding Lightwave and what it teaches and what it shows people, and you can learn a lot from that. And if you're interested, as I say, get in touch with us and we'll do what we can to help you on your spiritual path. So I'd like to thank you for listening to me talking today, and wish you well in your future lives, particularly your spiritual lives, which is the most central part for me. Okay? Thanks very much. All right. Bye-bye.